Welcome to the last vlog from South Africa series, and as you can see it's super windy here, but I am at Boulders beach, and this was one of the reasons why I planned the South Africa trip, because I really love penguins and Boulders beach is the home to African penguins. I always thought that penguins are only found in Antarctica, but you also have African penguins and they are called Jackass penguins. And this is the beach in Simonstown, Boulders beach in Simonstown, which is the home to almost 3,000 African penguins. And we have just started walking towards their home, and we already saw like a couple of them nesting here. There's this cute little penguin, I think in his breeding place, and then one penguin there standing and protecting itself from the strong winds. And then there's another penguin here just chilling. Hello. Hi. Hi. So cute. There are these wooden boardwalks that will take you closer to the penguins, and I know that there's also an area where you can get off these boardwalks and get really close, like get down on the beach and get face to face with the penguins. But because of the weather today, I don't know if that's happening. Oh, last day, crazy weather.
It's part of conservation efforts. ये जो kennel type चीज़ लग रही है, kennel मतलब it's equivalent for penguins homes. ये artificially बनाया गया है by the authorities here. These penguins are endangered and a lot of effort is being taken by the authorities here कि इनके numbers ऊपर हों. It is estimated by 2030 these penguins will go extinct, but they are all trying to extend that by as much as possible and hopefully even eliminate it. I think these are like penguin burrows.
Don't be scared. We paid an entry fee of 176 Rand per person. It's quite expensive for foreigners like us here in South Africa. We saw a lot of penguins, and yeah, it's very windy. And as per this information, there were 2 pairs of penguins that came and settled here in 1982. 1 pair of penguin, 2 breeding pairs of penguin, not one, in 1982. And since then, now there are like 2,200 penguins that can be found here at the Boulders beach. And we saw some of them on the sand and some of them swimming in the water. Very cute, and the way they walk and the way they hop, so cute. Luckily it got a little sunny for some time, so we were able to see them very clearly. And there used to be a certain path from where you could get down on the beach, But I don't know, maybe because of the weather it's closed, and they also said that the Boulders beach has become a little polluted, so like they've closed off that area and it's not fit for swimming, so that area is closed. We are now walking on the other boardwalk. There's a second boardwalk. So let's see how many penguins we spot from this other one. Saw the penguins from both the boardwalks, and it's getting windy again. Like it was windy, but the sun came out and now it's become a little dark again. So now we'll go back to the car and make our way to Cape of Good Hope and see how the weather is over there. But at least got to see the penguins. When you're walking back to your car, to the parking area on these wooden pathways, there are penguins on one side, nesting and resting away from the beach, taking shelter in the bushes. I had read a lot about Cape Town weathers being very difficult to predict, but over the last 2 days I actually saw it. It changes so rapidly. Like it's windy and then suddenly the sun will come out and it will be fine for some time, and then suddenly it will become windy again, it will start drizzling. It's been crazy, but we did miss out on seeing the tabletop mountain because of the weather. But at least we got to see the penguins, and now we'll go to the Cape of Good Hope. Hopefully we'll get a good view from there, Cape of Good Hope and the Cape Point. But lovely place here, Boulders Beach. We have arrived at the Cape of Good Hope National Park, and हर जगह ही entry fee इतनी ज़्यादा है for foreign nationals. It's what, 4 times? Almost 4 times of the fees that a South African resident has to pay. South African resident का 94 rands है, and हमारे लिए 376 rands per person है. तो 2 लोगों का इंडियन रुपीस में कितना आएगा? रफली अराउंड 3,500 रुपीज एंट्री. एंड अभी बोल्डर्स बीच में भी हमने उतना ही ऑलमोस्ट दिया था.
इसका हाफ था.
ठीक है, इसका हाफ था. लेकिन द पॉइंट इज की एंट्री फॉरेन नेशनल्स लाइक अस के लिए काफ़ी एक्सपेंसिव है. इंडिया में भी वैसे ही होता है एक्चुअली. एलिफेंटा केव्स जाओ या
कहीं पे भी जाओ,
हाँ कहीं पे भी जाओ तो वही होता है. इंडियंस के लिए सस्ता होता है, फॉरेन नेशनल्स के लिए डबल ट्रिपल 4 times कॉस्ट होता है. एंड या वेदर तो वैसा ही है. लकीली बहुत ज़्यादा ठंड नहीं है. लाइक इट्स विंडी, काफ़ी विंडी है, बट ड्रिजलिंग हो रहा है. बहुत हैवी रेन्स नहीं हो रही है, बीच बीच में हो रही है. सो होपफुली जब हम ये एरिया घूमेंगे तब थोड़ा वेदर इम्प्रूव हो जाएगा. लेट्स सी. एंड यहाँ पे एग्जिट टाइम लिखा है फॉर टुडे, इट्स 5:30 PM. अभी तो 3 भी नहीं बचे हैं. एंड अगर लेट एग्जिट किया तो 500 rands का फाइन है. लेट क्यों ही एग्जिट करेंगे. तो लेट्स सी. यहाँ पे केप ऑफ गुड होप है एंड देन केप पॉइंट है. तो तो आई डोंट नो इस वेदर में हम क्या क्या देख सकते हैं.
International, two of us.
We are at the Cape of Good Hope point, and this is inside the Cape of Good Hope reserve, and as you can see it's so windy. We are somehow managing to hold on, and अगर मैं थोड़ी और लाइट होती मैं तो पक्का उड़ गई होती, इतना ज़्यादा strong wind है. But this is a very famous signage board जहाँ पे लोग आके पिक्चर क्लिक कराते हैं. It says the most southwestern point of the African continent, and उस तरफ यू कैन सी कितने स्ट्रॉन्ग वेव्स हैं. इट्स क्रेजी एक्चुअली, बहुत ही ज़्यादा स्ट्रॉन्ग एंड रफ वेव्स हैं. एंड हियर इज़ द साइन बोर्ड. यहाँ से वॉकिंग ट्रेल्स भी जाता है, बट ऑफ कोर्स इस वेदर में हम वी आर नॉट स्टूपिड कि हम कुछ वॉकिंग ट्रेल करेंगे. एंड दिस एंटायर एरिया इज़ कॉल्ड द केप पेनिनसुला. देयर इज़ ऑल्सो केप पॉइंट जहाँ से काफ़ी अच्छा व्यूज़ आता है. सो वी विल सी कि इफ़ वी कैन गो टू दैट पॉइंट. This place Cape of Good Hope was actually initially named as Cape of Storms because यहाँ पे जो पहला European person to set foot was actually a Portuguese explorer who named this Cape of Storms because of the rough seas. And then he was later succeeded by Vasco da Gama in 1497. And then Vasco da Gama was, as you would know, successful in establishing a trade route between the East and Europe, and then he named this as the Cape of Good Hope because of the optimism around establishing the trade route, and that's how this place got its name. And are there seals over there on the rocks? I think so, yes. Yeah. Sorry, there are seals. Initially मुझे लगता था कि ये southern most tip of Africa है, but as you would have seen in my earlier video, it's actually Cape Agulhas, and this is the southwesternly point of Africa and not the southernmost point, but definitely very windy. But obviously because वो आज का weather ऐसा है, but yeah, crazy winds. पता नहीं कार, जैसे यश बोल रहा था, कार कैसे चल रही है. So it's a big area. The entire park or the Cape Peninsula, it's a big area. After we entered, we drove for like around 15 kilometers, and then there was a right turn. We took that right turn and reached this point, this signage board वाला point, and now we'll go and see Cape Point पे अगर कुछ देख सकते हैं. If not, then we'll return to Cape Town and then see वहाँ पे क्या करना है. We have come to the Cape Point, which is the southernmost point here, and as you can see behind me it says Cape Point, and यहाँ से एक फनीकुलर है जो आपको ऊपर लेके जाती है जहाँ से काफ़ी अच्छे व्यूज़ मिलते हैं. आज क्लाउडी है तो पता नहीं कैसे व्यूज़ मिलेंगे, एंड आई थॉट कि फनीकुलर नहीं चल रहा होगा, बट वी जस्ट सॉ कि एक जा रहा था, एंड एज यू कैन सी एक नीचे आ रहा है. सो होपफुली वी कैन गो अप एंड सी जो भी व्यूज़ मिलते हैं. एंड दिस फनीकुलर इज़ कॉल्ड द फ्लाइंग डचमैन, एंड ये नेम कैसे पड़ा इसको, इसके पीछे की भी एक काफ़ी इंटरेस्टिंग स्टोरी है दैट आई विल टेल यू वंस वी विजिट दैट पॉइंट. सो फॉर नाउ लेट्स गो एंड सी कि हम वो फनीकुलर लेके ऊपर जा सकते हैं कि नहीं.
There's a message drifting in the air. If you listen, you will notice music everywhere. This bridge is made of
We have arrived at Cape Point, and even though it's cloudy, the views are so nice from up top. It took us like 3 minutes to reach here on the funicular, and funicular ke liye bhi we had to pay 90 rands round trip. It was not included in the ticket that we paid. So when you arrive at the Cape Point, make sure you walk down here for this spectacular view. इतना सुंदर view है ये, the waves and this huge cliff. Amazing viewpoint. सनी होता तो थोड़ा और अच्छा लगता, but अभी भी it's spectacular.
She's made of hope. In this world of hunger, war, and strife, we can together, all included, build a better life. This bridge is made of hope. Side by side, hope. This bridge is made of hope. Side by side,
So this funicular is called the Flying Dutchman, and it was named because of this story. So Flying Dutchman was the name of a ship of the Dutch East India Company, and this ship was making its way from the east to Holland in somewhere in 1641. And because of the very strong current and the rough waters, the crew thought that they should not take out the ship, but then the captain was very adamant, and he said that whatever happens, we are going to like make our way through these rough waters. And obviously the ship sank, and like any other story, there is a legend which says that even today you can still see a shadow of the ship somewhere along the horizon. So that's how this funicular was named the Flying Dutchman. By Cape Point, by Cape of Good Hope, and by Cape Peninsula. It's very cold, very windy. We are so used to seeing Bangalore का ट्रैफिक कि हमें यहाँ पे केप टाउन का ट्रैफिक भी दिखा दिया भगवान ने. हम केप टाउन के ट्रैफिक में फंसे हुए हैं, बट यहाँ का ट्रैफिक इज़ सो वेल ऑर्गेनाइज्ड. मतलब प्रॉपर लेन्स है, जिनको लेफ्ट जाना है वो लेफ्ट लेन में, जिनको राइट जाना है वो राइट लेन में, एंड बाकी लोग मिडिल लेन में है. कोई ऐसे कट करके नहीं आ रहा, कोई एडिशनल लेन्स नहीं बना रहा है. इतना प्रॉपरली सब ट्रैफिक में क्यू फॉलो कर रहे हैं. So I'm not in South Africa anymore. We are in another destination in Africa. We are done with our South Africa trip, which was really great, very adventurous. Though we couldn't do a lot of things that we had planned because of the bad weather, but still all in all a very good trip. Hope you all enjoyed watching our South Africa trip vlog and found all the useful information that I have shared with you that will help you plan your next adventurous trip to South Africa. So till then, take care and happy traveling.